Hi, I'm Professor Mark Bryans of the American Combato system, Jundo Dow. With me is my student Tom Sievers today, black belt in the American Combato system. Today's lesson is the one-arm lapel grab. In the previous lesson, we talked about the attacker has grabbed hold of us and violently pulled us in, and our balance is broken forward. And we don't resist that. We can't resist it. We're either going to come forward in an off-balanced way, or we're going to come forward in a balanced way. We're going to step. He grabs and pulls, and we step into him. But what if the situation where he doesn't pull? And let me point out, what we're going to do with this counterattack now would be much preferred over the pulling response. It's just when you're pulled, you just don't have a choice. And of course, my first choice in dealing with a guy who's going to grab me in a one-arm lapel grab would be to diffuse him first before he ever even attacked. And if I couldn't do that, to come in and attack him first as his hand was coming at me. It could be a very, very dangerous situation there. So he's come in this time and he's grabbed, and my balance is not broken forward. Well, when he grabs me, which hand should I be more concerned with? This one or this one? He could have a fist getting ready to punch me. We're not going to get into all the things that hand could be doing, and we will, and how to deal with it. But we want to start off right. I want to step away from that free hand. Now, it wouldn't matter if Tom lets go and he grabs me again over here. No, with this hand, Tom. He grabs me over here. He's still grabbed and with the same arm. So it won't matter if he grabs this side or that side. Let's go again, and he's grabbed here. He'll probably grab on the adjacent side, but we've got to be ready for anything he's going to do. Let's break this up into components. He's got a hold of me, and he's not going to have a light hold. He might be pushing, he may not be, but the point is I can see, certainly, if Tom, especially if his arm locked out a bit, how am I going to step into him? He's not going to let me to push me back, right? How am I going to just step at him and I stab? Plus, I don't want to go into that free hand. The only reason we did it on the previous counterattack was because he pulled me. I don't have a choice now. I came forward in a sloppy way there purposely to make the point that he's broken my balance. And of course, when he pulls, go ahead and pull, Tom, I'm going to step in a very aggressive way, catching balance. I would prefer that you stepped away from his free hand. So he grabs, I'm simply going to step and strike that arm with a hammer fist blow using my entire arm. And when he grabbed, the several things all happened at once there. And the main thing was to start to remove from this, to mitigate anything that might be happening here. And I use that word because you still might get punched by him. But at least I'm starting to roll with that punch and get my arm up. Remember, counterattacking is never the preferred way, but he's caught us off guard. The other thing I did when he grabbed, besides stepping, I immediately pinned his hand. I'm not going to give it back to him now. And plus, I just want to use my weight to try to break his balance. I may or may not, but that is what we're attempting to do. And at the same time, I'm forming a fist here and striking into his arm and trying to break his balance forward. And that's what I'm hoping to have happen. It may or may not happen. At this point, I come back and strike either with a back fist or chop action here. The hand is already wound up for it, and it's ready to go. Now let's say he grabbed, and he's so powerful, his foot doesn't even come forward. I can't drag him anywhere. He's like a rock. I'll just at least turn, and same, I'll still chop or back fist. And at least if he were throwing a punch, this arm is up at least to deal with it. But we're trying to remove from that free hand. Let's look, see it from the other. Tom is going to grab with his left now. And he just grabs it with the left hand. And from the other side, that's what it looked like. And then I came in with my attack. Could be a hammer fist too. But this arm is loaded and ready to go. And you smash into him. Now, there are several ways we could follow up from here. And we're going to look at that on the next video. But again, let's look at this and let's handle this properly. So let's say we're going to go through a progression of things that could happen here. I pull up somewhere and I get out of my car, and lo and behold to me, this guy's coming at me, he's pretty angry. He doesn't like the way I drive. Well, naturally, I'm going to drop into the relaxed ready position. And when he starts to get aggressive with me, I'm certainly not going to get aggressive back. I'm going to start thinking court that, one, I don't want to fight with this guy. We don't want to fight. I don't want this in my life. And if he is going to attack me, I want the element of surprise with him. So, when he's approached, I would naturally drop into the relaxed ready position, and I'm hoping that he stays away from me and he doesn't close this distance. And if he does, well, we're going to have to deal with that. But he's kept at his proper distance as I backed up, and maybe he makes a comment about my driving.
Hey, where'd you learn how to drive?
Hey, look, I'm sorry, I didn't even see you back there. I wasn't paying attention. Please,
Well, take another class or something.
yeah. Okay, that went well, didn't it? We didn't fight. Guys, don't let your ego get into this. Don't do something like this. Everything's going to go the same way it just went, but I'm going to do something stupid.
Hey, where'd you learn how to drive?
Look, I'm sorry, please, I don't want to fight with you.
Well, take some more classes or something.
Yeah, have a nice day. What was wrong with that? Kind of sarcastic, was it not? Had to get the last word in it. Don't do that. It's just stupid. Don't try to provoke him. Everything's going right. He's leaving. Do you need these kind of troubles in your life? We're going to have a video up very soon. Professor Steiner is going to talk in detail about avoidance and how important it is. Yeah, we're going to talk about it every video. We can't talk about this without talking about avoidance. The way it went there was perfect. I dropped into the relaxed ready position and I diffused it like you're going to do. I'm prepared for his response. I'm in mental condition orange now. But let's say he's determined to attack me, and he's going to attack me beginning with a one-arm grab. Now, how it's going to go after that, I don't know what he plans, but I'm not going to find out. I'm not going to get myself pummeled or stabbed by this guy. So, back to, does he have the opportunity, the intention, and the capability? What are his capabilities when he's grabbing you? It's a problem, isn't it? We just really don't know. And I'm not going to assume the best, that he's probably not really trouble. And look, if you're behaving right and somebody's making contact with you, it's pretty dangerous. And how you handle it is going to be up to you. But if I handle things away, if I were to handle the situation as I did previously, and this guy came in and he was going to grab me aggressively, I'd deal with it physically. I wouldn't get myself pounded, or my wife or daughter or anybody with me, by this aggressive fool. Now, in most cases, in the situation I did earlier, if you handle it right, the guy will do pretty much like Tom did, make some comment about you, call you, whatever he's going to call you, and we're going to let him. But now, we're going to run it through again. I'm going to drop into relaxed ready, and Tom's going to make his comment to me, and I'm going to diffuse, but he's going to come at me to grab me in the lapel grab, and I don't know what he's going to do next, but he's going to get his hat handed to him. I'm going to attack the attacker. I'm in a dangerous situation here. So, I dropped into relaxed ready. I got out of the car. I saw him coming. Oh, geez, this is trouble. I see it. I'm ready for it. Drop into relaxed ready. He makes his comment.
Hey, where'd you learn how to drive?
Hey, look, I'm sorry. And now he comes in to grab. Side kick, chin jab, move in and follow up, attack the attacker. Isn't that a lot simpler than waiting for him to get a hold of me so I could do the one-arm lapel grab? We're not thinking like this once we've gotten to the relaxed ready position with him. We're thinking, diffuse this, but if he attacks, we're going to attack. Let's review today's lesson before we cut it off for today. I've been caught off guard, as we just talked about, or I wouldn't allow this to happen. He's grabbed me, I spin away from that free hand, strike the arm, and then come in with my attack at this point. In our next video, we'll look at what to do after that.